Hello and welcome to Assignment Instructions for Word Module 2. As you can see on the status bar, there are one of 5 pages. Each page will have different directions. So the very first page, we're working with alignment. If you notice in the very first paragraph, it's left aligned. The next one as well. That's the default setting. You can see that right here. What that means is it's aligned at the left but uneven at the right. It's uneven, jagged right edge. So this one's going to stay the same, left margin. And then I'm going to click anywhere in the second paragraph. I don't have to select the paragraph. I just have to be in it. If I click the show hide, everything that happens within this paragraph, because it's ending with the soft returns, when you press spacebar, it doesn't fit the word it'll go to the next line. That's that word wraparound. So where the paragraph ends is after the word food. So we don't have to select the paragraph. For this one, I'm going to choose by the direction center alignment, or I could use Control E. So it's centering it on both sides. You can see it clearly in the last line that it's centered. These are longer lines, but they're still centered. Click in the third paragraph, and we want right align. So you can use Control R or just click. And you can see that it's all even on the right, but jagged on the left. And the last one, you want it even on the left and the right. And that you usually see in magazines or newspaper articles. So I'll click Justify. So they're perfectly even. It spreads out extra space within the line so that it can be even on both sides. So now if I go back to my very first paragraph, you'll notice that it's in left alignment. The next one, it's center. In the third one, it's right align. And the last one is justify. All right, scroll down to page 2. And this one we're going to work with tabs. If your ruler is not showing, click View and check off Ruler. You want to be able to see your horizontal ruler and your vertical ruler. So the first thing we're going to do is click in the first line. And right now, a regular size paper measures 8.5 by 11, 8.5 inches. We have our left inch here for our left margin, and our right inch, also 1 inch, because in the top is 1 and bottom, so that's your default settings, 1 inch top, bottom, left, right. In the typing area, it measures 6.5. So if the typing area is 6.5 inches, you have an inch here, that's 7.5, and an inch here, 8.5. So that's the full width of a piece of paper. So in the very first line, place your cursor so it's flashing to the left of the R in results. On your keyboard, just press the tab key. And what's going to happen is this first marker is going to move in a 1/2 inch automatically. So it's tabbed in a 1/2 inch. So that's an easy way to do it. Another way you could is hover over to this marker until it says first line indent, and then hold and drag to the 1/2 inch marker. You could do it that way. Or, I'm going to undo, click the paragraph dialog box launcher. Under indentation special, notice here you have your preview, nothing is tabbed in. Choose first line, and it brings it in a 1/2 inch. You can increase it to a full inch if you wanted, but we'll leave it at a 1/2 inch. And OK. You can see it in the ruler. In this third paragraph, you want it indented a 1/2 inch on the left and a 1/2 inch on the right. All of the lines, not just the first line. So you could do it 2 ways. One, go into the paragraph dialog box launcher. For indentation, increase it a 1/2 inch on the left. Notice your preview. And then you're going to increase it on the right as well. So it's a 1/2 inch on both sides. And you'll see that the marker went in on the left and the right a 1/2 inch. Or a quick way to do it is from layout. Indent a 1/2 inch on the left and a 1/2 inch on the right. The next paragraph is what's called hanging indent. And what happens here is the first line remains at the margin, but the rest of the lines, 2 through 5, will be indented a 1/2 inch. So you could do it by home, paragraph, under indentation special, choose hanging. Once I click that, watch what happens here in the preview. The first line stays at the margin, but the other lines are indented and it's a 1/2 inch, which is fine. So click OK. So the first one's at the left and the rest of them are indented a 1/2 inch. And this is usually used for works cited pages. I'm going to undo. There's one more way to do a hanging indent, which is extremely fast and easy. Hold Control and press the letter T, and it does the hanging indent effect for you. If you accidentally held Control T again, it keeps doing it. But if you want to reverse it, Control Shift T, so it goes back. So you have your first line indent, and the next one is the same thing, but just two ways of doing it. Your left and right indentation of a 1/2 inch, and then your hanging indent. Next page. If we were to check what the default settings are for this paragraph, or any of these paragraphs, just click in it and choose the paragraph dialog box launcher, and you'll notice that it's left aligned. There is no indentation, 0. There's no special tabbing. The spacing before and after. So if you notice there's extra space in here, it's that extra 8 points. Plus, it's not set for single spacing, it's set for 1.08. It's just a little bit, so you have that extra spacing between each line, so it's easier to read. So that's the default setting, as well as the Calibri 11 for the font type and size. Those are always the default settings. So this one we're going to leave the normal setting at should be 1.8, and after is 8 points. So I'm going to go to this paragraph, and again, I don't have to select it as long as my cursor is somewhere in there, and I'm going to go to paragraph, and I want 0 after, and I also want single spacing. So it's just single, and you can see your preview here. So if I put that back in, you can see how it's giving you more space here if I wanted it before or after. So you can see the extra space, but they should both be 0 and single space. So it's a little bit tighter. In this one, we want the no spacing after, and there's another way you can do it instead of going into the paragraph, but we'll go in here for this one. And again, we'll do it here, 0, and instead we want 1.5. And again, watch your preview. So it's 1.5 spacing. Now for the last one, we want double spacing and no paragraph spacing. So the other way to do it is you could go here, line and paragraph spacing, and you could choose remove space after, which is that after 8 points, and then go right back here and choose double. Or, I'm going to go back to single, Control 2, we'll put it in double. Control 1 is single, Control 2 is double, Control 1 is single, Control 5 is 1.5. So I'll go back to double, Control 2. So this one is in the default setting, this is single, and you can always check by going in here, 0 before and after, single. In here it should be 0 before and after, 1.5. And the last one should be double, 0 before and after. All right, now we're moving on to the 4th page. So in here is a table that was created, and there is a second column that has nothing in it that we don't need. So just click anywhere in that column, any row, and you have 2 new tabs up here. If I click out of the table in the directions up here, it doesn't show. You have to actually be in the table to get those 2 new tabs. So we're going to choose Table Layout and then Delete Column. And then what happens is it brings it over so that they're next to each other. The 3rd column is now close to the 1st column, but we'd want to center it in the middle. So just click this little box here, which selects the entire table, and then you can choose Center, and it'll center it in the middle for you. So that was delete the blank column and center the table horizontally. This one, we want to add a row above this in this table and then put this title in there. So to do that, you need to add a row. So choose, as long as you're in the first row, doesn't matter where, insert above. And then I want to make these, because they're two separate columns, I want to make it one. So I'm just going to hold and drag and choose merge, so it makes it one. And then I'm going to take this title, select it, and I want to copy it, so I'm going to hold Control and drag it down so that I kept it here and I also put it in here. And then I can choose center, so it's in the middle. Now the other direct part of this direction is now to remove the table. Maybe you just want it set up by tabs and not have it in a table. So again, select the whole table and then choose Table Tools Layout, and you'll choose Convert to Text. We're probably going to have to recenter the Mortgage Alternatives title, but that's okay. So Convert to Text, and you want it separated by tabs, and then click OK. And then we just have to recenter that. And the last one is in tabs. So if we were to click our Show Hide, you could see that it's off, those arrows are tabs. But the tabs were not set properly, it's too close to each other, it's on top of each other here, and it would be easier to read if it was in a table. So to convert it from text to a table, select everything. So just drag and select everything. Choose Insert, Table, and we're going to convert it from text to a table. And in here, just make sure you, because it was set off by tabs, click tabs. And it just to show you, it was one column instead of three separate columns and 7 rows, so it saw the 7 rows. But once I said that it was separated by tabs, there we have our 3 columns, and click OK. And again, if you wanted to have this title across all 3, select, hold, and drag so all 3 are selected. Go back to Layout and choose Merge Cells, and then Control E is Center. And just if you wanted to get fancy with this table, make sure you're in the table, choose Design, and you can select a style that you'd like. You can always change your mind. And the last page, this is a court document, and most often court documents are numbered by each line. For example, if they wanted someone to read, they'd say, they'd give the document and please read line 12 and 13. So they were all numbered. So select all of everything on page 5, all the way down. And then, so select everything on this page to the end. Choose Layout tab and select line numbering and choose Continuous. And they're all numbered. So if we were to view this multiple pages to see everything that we've done so far, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so you can see all of the pages. So with our first one was with alignment, then we worked with indentation, we worked with line spacing, a little bit with tables, and then the line numbering feature. So this is a save and submit. Thank you.